What you're about to listen to is one of my inner thoughts and fears. So I hope you enjoy it, and this is my check in to self. So I can remember the morning she called me into her room to help her with something, help her rub uhuma uri on her hair. And I can remember taking the uri and rubbing it on her hair. And it just like came to my head that, oh my God, wow, Joendo, you have never touched your mother's hair before. Like it was it was so soft. And I also touched her hand that day and it was soft. I was like, even with all this hardness, like her body is so soft. Like, why haven't you ever had that close contact with her before? I can also remember during the December period, everybody was at home and the excitement was in the air, and I just sat near her and brought my hands to her shoulders, to massage, because she was complaining that she was tired, and I was massaging her shoulders. And God, my head was just calculating, like, why haven't you ever touched your mother before? Like, there is touching and there is touching. Like, hug your mother, touch your mother's hand, touch her shoulders. At one time, I don't know where it happened. I don't even know how it happened. Oh, okay, yeah. I was coming down from our house to get something from my dad, and he was sitting down, I was standing, and I was just looking down at him, and I could see the white hair, I could see the gray hair this man had, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry for using the Lord's name in vain, but I was just like, wow, where did this gray hair come from? I mean, the last time I looked, which might be like 10 years ago, there was no gray hair here. Like, where did all this... I think I even wrote something that day. Wait, let me try and bring it out. I don't even know. I wrote something that day and... Okay, so see what I wrote here. I wrote, this was 23rd September 2022. I wrote, so yesterday I went to meet my dad so I could get money for our dinner from him. As I was approaching, it showed that our relationship with my dad was money this, money that, and I could just see the burden just weighing on him. A lot of times I would want to lift this burden by just being this stable person he can come to talk to and feel like he's connected to something. Well, when I reached where he was seated, so I was taller than him, and I could see the top of his head. And at that moment, I saw my dad. I saw the gray hair I never noticed, the hand always at his back, trying to ease his pain. It will surprise you how you stay with someone for ages and you never even saw them. Then one day, everything just starts playing in your mind's eyes. You try to remember ways you could have been there, just maybe saying that thing you wanted to say, not rejecting that hug from behind when you are serious about doing something and they were just being playful that day. My dad might be depressed. My dad might not feel valued. My dad might feel pressured. My dad might feel worthless. My dad might feel like crying. My dad might feel like talking to someone. Maybe he has considered escaping. Just, running away and abandoning us because we can be too much. I think that's why I'm going to stop, because every other thing is like so revealing. Okay, I'm going to skip some part. Okay, God, I beg. I just wish I could talk to my dad. I don't know how I'm trying to reach out, but I don't know whether I'm stretching out enough. Even though the love is tough, I still wish we can have a safe space to unburden as a family. Yeah. So that day I just wrote this stuff and I don't even know what I was feeling. I shall know this feeling was so genuine. Like, I just saw the gray hair and also touching my mom. I just realized, what kind of relationship do I have with my parents? I know for sure I love my parents, but the relationship is almost transactional. It's as if the reason why we are in each other's life is to just receive and give. He's also a part of it, but there is no depth to it. Do you get? Like, when it comes to my dad, it's like the only time I actually like talk to my dad is when I need money. And it's sad. It's so sad. Like, sometimes I don't even ask for money because I feel like it's too much. If I was my dad, God, I'm like, so these children, it's only when it's money time that people come to me. But whose fault is it? We grew up scared of my dad. Not scared in like, oh my God, this man is going to kill us way. But scared as in, you can't even talk to him. You can't even ask him for things. You know, nowadays, like, I feel like since I graduated from school, this is like the highest, aside from coronavirus time, this is like the highest time I've spent with my dad. Like, this is the highest I've seen him since I entered boarding school around 2012 till now. Like, this is the highest I've seen him. And every time he comes home, I just look at him and I just want to talk to him. I just want to. And every time I feel like a hypocrite. I just feel like a fucking hypocrite because aside from my family, I have these other people I talk to. Like, I can just walk up to anybody and talk to the person, ask the person questions and learn about them at that moment. But these people, my mom, okay, my mom, I have a better conversational relationship with my mom. But like, I think I know more about my mom than my dad because I can talk to my mom somehow. My dad, when it comes to my dad, like, this man I've lived with for like 20 years. She went to 20 years and you know, Jack, nothing. Is Jack meant to be there? I don't even know why I say Jack, but you know nothing about this man. Every time he comes back from work, I'm just like, okay, let's serve him food, let's give him water to take his bath, and that's all. Just sit in front of the TV and watch TV, and that is all we are going to be doing till when? I know I've tried to have a relationship that just transcends money or what my parents can provide for me, but I feel like, just like I said in my right, it feels like I'm not even trying enough and they're not even trying. And most times I would like to, be them for a moment. How did they grow up? What kind of life did they have growing up? What was their relationship with their parents? Was the relationship like, let me talk to my child kind of relationship? And I know I've written a lot of things. I've written articles. I've written notes. Most times outside, I see my dad laugh with people. I see him talk. I see him express himself. But inside, he does express himself, but it's rare. It's like it comes once in a lifetime. It comes once in a while. Like, it just happens. God, I don't know why I'm laughing, but it just happens once, and every time I see myself wanting it, like, let's just laugh. But my dad is funny, and I knew that because most times I go out with him and I see how he talks to colleagues and everything. I'm just like, whoa, wait, what up? Who is this funny man? Who is this funny person always, And I'm just like, why you never like this at home? Why do you give us like bits of yourself at home? Sometimes I just wish I could, like, when my dad comes back, I'll just run and just hug my dad and be like, Dad, we missed you. Dad, I missed you. Welcome home. Ask him questions about work, the people he met. How was growing up like. Most times I just wish that this relationship was better. And I've seen people write, I've seen people talk, and they talk about, call your parents today, call them up, okay, and tell the people you love them, okay. Which other thing? I've forgotten the other things they used to say. Well, shine the light of all this is, and I'm just like, I can't tell my parents I love them. I can say that I love you, mommy, I love you, dad. You guys are the best thing that have ever happened to me. You know, even though I'm like the shittiest person, you guys still accept me like that. You know, you can never throw me away. I can say it here, right? But daughter of Zion. You want to get oh, God of mercy. I guess I can show them I love them through other ways, you know. I mean, I've been showing them I love them by, you know, not doing the wrong stuff, passing my exams, making them proud and all those stuff. But I just wish it was not this, you know. I just wish it was not all these external things like academics, you know, getting a job, you know, buying them stuff or just money. I just wish we could just be and being who we are and just expressing our emotions. I don't know, man. I don't know whether you feel the same thing. I don't know what your relationship is like with your parents. And most times it just rings in my head that if we are being realistic, this family you have now will not be here forever. There must surely be like a pause somewhere. Do you know how many times I've woken up? Like, okay, I used to sleep in our parlor and then his room, my dad's room, my parents' room is here. I don't know, why am I showing you? You can't even see, but the room, the parlor, then you know how parlor is like the center of the house. I know how many times because my dad is an early riser. He wakes up, he's a morning person. So I know how many times I've woken up and, you know, I'm just like, wait, I didn't hear my dad preparing for work today. What happened? Oh my God. And my mind just spirals into the darkest place on earth. Like, my heart starts beating. I'm like, oh my God, please don't allow this to happen. Why hasn't my dad woken up? I just go to this keyhole that is open and peep. I would stay there for like 1 minute until he stirs, like he turns his body or moves his arm. That shows me that, okay, yeah, he's still here with me. Or most times I can remember most times I'll be in school and I'll be like, just this random thought will just come to my head. Tom, something has happened, and ASAP I'll just call them, and immediately I hear that hello. I'm just like, okay, thank God, thank goodness. I just wish I had a better relationship with my parents. I'm grateful for what I have now. I'm grateful that I can see them every day. I can do stuff for them. They can do stuff for me. And, you know, we can laugh sometimes. We can talk sometimes. We can get angry at each other sometimes. But I just wish it was more. I just wish it was something, you know, deeper. Something that requires, like, more emotions. Something that when I see my dad, I smile at him, he smiles at me, and I hug him, he hugs me back. We can dance together, we can do stuff together, we can talk about a particular thing together. I think when I and my dad has actually talked about something is politics. Yeah, my dad is a barrister. Watches, he's that kind of person that when he wakes up in the morning, BBC, Al Jazeera, AIT are his stuff. He reads a lot. I got all my intelligence and smartness and book-ish thing from him. He's that person, and it's only when, you know, Buhari comes on our screen that's when we have stuff to talk about. And it's like, why does Buhari has to come? Or why does Nigeria? Why does Nigeria have to be the thing connecting us, God? Why, God? And I know we have talked about other things, but these things happen, like, it rarely happens, you know. I just wish it could happen, like, every day. Just like now I've started working, I'm always stressed, and there are lots of things happening in this workspace that I would like to tell somebody. And who is a better person to talk to than my dad, who has been out in the world for like the longest. He's the better person to tell me anything I need to hear. And he would say it from a place of care and love, and I would listen because this is someone I love and I admire. Anyways, touch your mother today, touch your father today. Touch their arms, touch their hands, touch their palm. It might just be your head will just like tell you that, oh my God, oh my God, I haven't ever touched my parents. And you can just feel the softness and the novelty. Is novelty a word? I don't even know, but the newness of something you haven't touched before. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try. I'm going to ask questions, more questions that make sense. I'm going to try and just be there in the way that I can, and pray for them too. Like, I pray for my parents every day, because only God knows that I'll be a wreck. Hey God, just the thought of it sends me into panic. When it then happens, I don't even know what I'll be. But it's inevitable, and this moment I have with them, I just have to try my best to be with them and not think about what could have been, right? I know it could have been better. This whole relationship could be better, but then it's what I have, and I have to make do with it and also try to make it better. I don't know, I'm doing this episode. Is it an episode? I don't even know. Well, I have someone in my mind. I just want you to know that you're strong, you're the best. There's nothing you could have done. Problems are inevitable in this life, and I admire you for your strength. You couldn't have known better. You couldn't have known, what could have happened. And I just want you to know that God got you. You, family, everybody. God got you, and you're surely something just entered my head, but you're already doing it. I mean, the journey, you're already doing it. You're trying, and I'm cheering for you every step of the way. You are good. You're a good person, anyways. So, in essence, I love my parents, but I just hope there was something more. That's all I have to say. But remember, try and look at your parents, see your parents, pray for your parents, touch your parents, play with your parents if you can, talk to your parents. You're never too busy. You are never ever too busy to do anything. That 5 minutes you have, try. Parents can be a pain in the behind, but you just have to form that bond with them. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this. This is my check-in TS for the year, the first check-in to self for the year. And I hope that, it was insightful. You got something from it. And even though you didn't get something from it, at least you listened to me. Yeah. Till next episode. Bye.